Hello, welcome to Miranda's Mix. Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm sharing my journey with jowls and things I've done to help with them, and I'm very excited to get another procedure done soon. For reference, I'm going on 47. I'm not a professional, I'm not an esthetician, but I am a consumer, and so in this video I'm going to share 3 specific procedures I have had done for that area and 2 that I kind of have it narrowed down to for future. I recently had a consultation with a very popular dermatologist in my area. She has a YouTube channel with a plethora of information, and so I was excited that I was able to have a recent consultation with her for the lower face, which I'll share with you that information as well. I'm very happy to age, but I'm into tweakments along the way, so if that sounds like you, stay tuned if you're interested in hearing about this lower face. So lately I just noticed, kind of forming a flap there. You can probably see it better in these pictures here. This was from last night. This is my left side, and you can see this area here is where I want to target, and then this is my right side. And so yeah, I just want to see if I can like lift and tighten those areas before they get worse. So it can be kind of overwhelming with all the available treatments that are out there. There's Clibella, there's lasers, there's skin tightening, Botox, fillers, thread lifts, biostimulators. Then the first one that I got back in 2019 was a radio frequency microneedling. The biggest portion that I was interested in was the radio frequency because it was gonna melt some of the under chin fat. This is the day of the treatment. You can see I had more of a double chin, and the texture of my face at the bottom is now tighter than these before pictures. Also had some jowling and the marionette lines really setting in. So this was the bandage that I had to wear due to the treatment. You do get punctured. I know it was at least 24 hours I wore it. I don't know if it was 2 full days. And this is when I took it off. You can see the puncture wounds, the bruising, the swelling. I don't remember being in pain. I just when I looked in the mirror. But yeah, it was pretty swollen until it healed and the results settled in. So those were like the best before and afters I got, but overall I did like the procedure. I do feel like it got rid of some of the under chin fat and tightened this area. The only thing was the downtime, which they did warn me about. I just wasn't expecting it to get that much swollen. Luckily for me, I was really sick. I got a cold like a few days later, so I was homebound anyways. But I hear Clibella might have the same effect where you can expect to be swollen for like 7 to 10 days afterwards, like a big blowfish. And I would be interested in another one of those treatments. Of course, they recommended getting another one or even like a vial of Clibella, but I just don't know when I would have that downtime to be able to be swollen like that under the chin for that amount of time. So I loved it. I did see results even after just one treatment, but it was just the downtime that you have to keep in mind if you're considering something like that. But all in all, that was 2019, 4 years ago, my first treatment targeting like chin fat and tightening the jowl area. Okay, so the second procedure I've done for my lower face, very embarrassed to admit, not so much for the public, but for people that know me that might see this because they probably had no clue that I have done stuff like this. But I had filler to my jawline and my chin, and I loved it. So these are the best before and afters I got. These were some pictures I sent to the provider where I got the RF microneedling. This was 3 years after that treatment, and I was starting to see new activity, so I wanted to get something new to tighten that area back up. And they recommended another radio frequency, but I wasn't interested in that swelling like I mentioned before. I went to another provider that I like, and she actually recommended jaw and chin filler, and so this helps give more definition and does lift, and I did like it. So that was in June of 2022, so it's been a year and about 5 months since I got the fillers. And now that I'm like noticing you know, more jowling, I don't want to just go back and get more fillers. I've seen a lot of videos of doctors that are like, you know, you should try multiple methods. You don't want to just keep getting fillers and your face is getting bigger and bigger. A lot of them will say, you know, you have to start from the top and lift. And hopefully I continue to like the procedures that I try. But that was the second, and that was again about a year and 5 months ago. I think it was radiesse. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's the type of filler I got, and I loved it. The third procedure I got is probably even more embarrassing to admit than the last. I think maybe to some people might think it's normal, but my friends and family would probably be like, what the hell have you done? I got filler in my temples, and it's not a huge deal. A lot of people do it, but as you age, your temples get hollower and hollower. But it not only fills that in, but it does lift, and I did see an instant lift. So I got that done. That was about 8 months ago. Gonna have to barge in. Look at this special visitor, everybody. Tell them how spoiled you are. The procedures that I talked about and had were between 2 different providers, and were places I was already familiar with, but you always want to do your research and go to a trusted individual. The temple fillers were done by a PA, but all the other procedures were done by a doctor, so there is that. But yeah, the consultation, I was really interested in thermage. I think that, like, after watching a lot of videos and doing a lot of research, I'm like, okay, the next thing would be like just some skin tightening to like draw it in, which I still think might very well be the case. But I was hoping that she would look at me and be like, I recommend, you know, maybe she might have even said, dissolve your jaw filler and bring this up and we'll do this and we'll do that. And it was mostly just kind of like, yes, these are all the lower face procedures that are out there. There's this one, there's that one. And I kind of already got some of that information from watching her channels, but ultimately she did say that thermage, if I was going to choose between like thermage or ultherapy, that thermage would be better, because you do tend to see instant results. Like sometimes after ultherapy it's like and that thermage can last a little bit longer. But I didn't feel sold that that's what somebody would look at me and say, like, this would be your best bet for this concern. I felt like it was just like, yeah, I'm interested in thermage. Okay, this is what thermage does. Not to like, I mean, she's magnificent. I'm going to go back there for probably thermage when I do get it, which leads me to my next point. I think what I'm going to do right now is first get a Sculptra, which is a biostimulator. And a biostimulator is a filler, but it's a little bit different than traditional fillers in that it, instead of just like solely fill in, it's in there for the purpose of helping you build your own collagen, which I love treatments that make you build your own collagen. It does have that lifting effect. So I'm more so right now looking for the lifting. I want to be modest because I don't want to look overfilled, or I'm sorry if you maybe already think I look overfilled, but I do want to go modest and just get a little bit and see what kind of lifting effect. And then from there, maybe do some fine tuning with skin tightening. I'm also considering mint thread lifts. The procedure itself looks freaky to me, but it's actually pretty non-invasive. But I feel like when I look at before and afters, it looks like exactly the areas that I'm wanting to target right now. And the results last a decent amount of time. The doctor who I got my RF microneedling from does this procedure, and he actually teaches courses on it. So it's nice to have a trusted individual who knows my face. So stay tuned. And yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Other things I've done to target those areas, I stopped sleeping on my stomach and my side. I've kind of trained myself to sleep on my back, which is great for the décolleté area as well. Last but not least, facial massaging. I just saw a recent video from Dr. Idris, and it was like whether facial massaging or rolling can help. And she said it could. Basically, you want to roll up, gravity pulls. So you want to go the opposite direction. The only thing is, like, you know, this isn't permanent results or anything like that, but it can help as maybe a daily treatment or when you have time. And, you know, if you have a special occasion, everybody get your roll on.